You know what these kids remind me of? They remind me of Rugrats.
I was just about to say Rugrats,
because those kids were so bad. They had no supervision.
Parents driving home, kids aren't in the car seats.
Yes.
It's animal things instead, like stuffed animals. How do you get all the way home?
This is real life Rugrats.
Stu Pickles, how do you get all the way home and realize that Tommy is not in the car seat? He's back in the toy store, bro. How does that happen? What's up, Internet World? We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Lauren.
I'm Michael.
And we're going to be reviewing Stranger Things. I can never say it.
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things Season
3. Yeah. Straight off the top, you know how we do. We do non-spoilers. Then we do spoilers.
Right. Thank you for reminding me because I was about to say something.
Of course.
Right off the top.
I mean, now that you're here, we might say some spoilers in the non-spoilers part. We will try not to, but it just comes out.
Y'all know I spoil.
I spoil. I'm Lord Thomas. I spoil. All right. So, off the top. Yay or nay on Season 3?
Yay. Big yay.
A big yay. I've really enjoyed Stranger Things. I know one of the drawbacks is, or one of the criticisms that I always get, is all they do is just talk about 80s references. I love it, personally.
Yeah, it was funny. I know, I grew up in the 90s, so I wouldn't say I'm an 80s baby at all, because I'm not. But I still, I still know about the 80s, grew up on the 80s as well. So it was cool to see some of those references. And the nerd references were pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
Did you think it was rushed at all? Because I felt like, again, all the seasons have been less than, 8 or 9 episodes. And in the beginning, you were like, oh, it's only 8? How they going to give us everything? But they did.
I feel like they did. And it's a thing that Netflix, I feel like, kind of struggles with. A lot of their original content, they've changed it now, but before, a lot of the original content, and I'm really thinking of all the Marvel shows, they were too many episodes a season.
Too many.
And they were good, but there were definitely lulls in the middle because the pacing of having 10 or 12 or whatever episodes was, it would kind of set it back a little bit.
The pacing of this was like...
It was good, because I was like...
Let's go.
Maybe like the first episode, you feel like it maybe was a little slow, but I feel like you needed it to get you back into everything. And then once it happens, you're it moves pretty quick, I think.
The kids are growing up.
The kids are growing up, man. They're getting older, and we see that. We see
like the flashbacks and everything. You're like,
themes of maturity.
Yeah.
Growing up, growing apart, loving, not loving. I was like, oh, these kids are just being kids. It was great. There's a good joke that is set up in the first episode that pays off in the last episode.
Yeah.
With one character, and he's like, this isn't real. It was real. And it was great. It was a great setup because the entire time you're wondering, are they going to pay that off? And I thought they would because the Duffer brothers are really good about that. They paid it off, and it was worth it the way they paid it off. Because it could have gone. It could have been.
I knew it was real though from the jump.
Did you?
Yeah.
I thought it was too because it seemed like the way they're writing it is like nobody else believes it, so that's how
it has to be.
One person has to believe it. So that's cool. I'm trying to think of what other stuff I want to say non-spoiler wise. I liked all the dynamics between all the characters.
Yeah.
As I say, let's pull some people up here.
I don't know how. I feel like there's always 2 or 3 storylines, but everything eventually merges into one. And I love that about Stranger Things and the way that they do this because it makes you say, please just get to this point. Like let's. And so it makes you want to keep watching because you have to see how these all line up and how everybody crashes together.
Yeah.
Wow. And so it popped up on our computer. I hate clowns. So okay. I don't want to see the new It if they come out with a new It after the previous It's. Dang, lost my train of thought just like that. Anyways, Stranger Things does a great job of creating these 3, these different storylines and having them all come together in the end and make sense.
I thought that character dynamics really worked in this one in terms of mixing up a few people that you don't normally see together in new groups. You also saw groups that you do see come back together, which was cool. I liked the new people that were added to the season.
Yeah.
I don't feel like anybody got shortchanged. I think everybody was able to do whatever. I'm trying to think anything that I didn't like.
Anything you didn't like?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything I didn't like. And I can't can't think of anything. There's got to be something.
There were things that were implied. The ending.
You know.
I wasn't a big fan. I wasn't a big fan of the ending. And there's an ending credit as well.
Yeah.
That sort of alludes to season 4.
Yeah.
Right.
So it hasn't been officially picked up for season 4, but this thing continues to break records. I just saw one thing that said Stranger Things sets a 4-day record in terms of viewership for Netflix or something. So I'm sure it'll get a season 4.
Right.
And I think the Duffer Brothers have said they have like 5 seasons worth of material. Maybe they could go longer. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wasn't. I liked the ending, but I wasn't a fan of the ending scene, the post-credit scene.
Okay. Yeah. I kind of wish they would do more world building. In this season, I felt like they didn't do as much world building of like what the Upside Down is. I kind of wish we got more of that.
Yeah, there's still a lot of questions that need to be answered. And so maybe they'll keep answering them. Like, because do we even really know where 11 is really from? Was that answered in season 2? And I missed it?
Well, we know her mom.
But she has a sister out there too, right?
But not like a biological sister.
Okay.
It was just somebody who was also experimented on.
Okay.
And that was the episode where they kind of expanded the world, and nobody really liked that episode.
Yeah.
From season 2, they were like, stick with 11 and her crew. We don't care about, I think her name was 8, maybe?
I'm going to say 12.
I think it was 8. I don't know. Y'all let us know. Yeah, I'm sure you guys will let us know who that was.
11, 12, 13.
11, 12, I don't know, whoever.
Kids.
Man, 11 continues to use her powers, and it's like, how is she not having a brain hemorrhage?
I don't know. Every time she bleeds.
Like, that can't be good.
At all.
It's just, I don't know. Maybe that'll get explained, maybe it won't.
Maybe.
I don't know.
And is that the extent, we know that she can communicate, or she can see people wherever they are. Like, if there's some white noise and she can cover her eyes and she can see people where they are. And we know she can move things with her hands and, force energy on folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
But is that the extent?
I don't know.
Not that that's not, I can't do none of that stuff. So clearly 11 is already like,
Right.
But I just wanted more from her too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would like to see her get more in touch with her powers.
And maybe, that'll happen down the road.
Yeah.
But I think that's it for non-spoilers because I'm about to spoil it.
Yeah, so what you say? Okay, so give it a out of 5 somethings.
Out of 5
Demogorgons?
Demogorgons.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a 5. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 5 out of 5. All right. What would you give like seasons 1 and 2 then, just as a comparison?
Oh, 1 was definitely a 5 because it was, new. And that's one thing I said when we were reviewing the trailers and everything, like what can they do to make this new, because we already experienced all this stuff. They did a really good job of making some new things happen. So yeah, a 1 I'd say 5, and then 2 solid 3.5, 4.
Okay. So I would give season 3 I'd probably give it a 4.5 out of 5 mind flares.
Okay.
Demogorgons don't go mind flares.
Yeah.
4.5 out of 5 for season 3. Season 1, I'd probably give 4.6.
Okay.
Just because I don't think it was perfect. But I feel like it was...
It was better than 3?
Well, just because it was something like... I hadn't seen something like that before, really. And I really enjoyed it. Season 2, maybe like a 4. Maybe even 3.5.
It was a struggle to get through season 2.
Yeah, season 2 wasn't great.
But
yeah, they're on the upswing for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So here we go.
Spoilers
to come. So you want to do this episode by episode? How you just want to talk about whatever?
Yeah, episode by episode. Let's kick it off. Billy, my man.
So, Billy. I like Billy, the actor. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I don't know if it's Dacre or Dacre. It's like Dacre. Maybe it's Dacre.
Okay.
It might be Dacre Montgomery. That might be it. I like him because y'all know, fans of the show know, I love Power Rangers. He was the most recent Power Ranger in the movie. Shout out to him. Shout out to Naomi Scott, my girl Pink Ranger coming
Power
up.
Rangers. Rangers coming up in the world. Yay.
Yay. Hey, man, I feel like you're hating on my Power Rangers.
I'm not.
You're my Power Rangers. But anyway. So, yeah, I liked him for that. And I think he's good at being a bad guy.
Yeah.
I just hate to see him like that. Like, oh, I hate you. But I guess that means he's doing his job.
It took a lot in me to feel any passion for him at all. You know, at the end, because towards the end you're like. Oh,
so let's talk about it. So we're not really going an episode.
We're not. I guess we're not.
It's fine.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. We'll jump around.
Episode 1, we kind of knew from the trailers that.
Friend of the show, Vanessa, called it out.
Yeah, Vanessa called it out.
She's like, he's gonna be the bad guy.
Right.
She was right.
Because the Mind Flayer needed somebody to go into at this point.
Yeah.
They closed the gate, but he was
man.
left. I don't understand. Like
Russia.
So was he still here, or did Russia just decide they wanted to?
I think when Russia started to open that gate.
That's when he was like, oh.
Yeah, I can kind of come out, do whatever, and start taking.
People were looking, and then they just turned into goop and bones.
Oh man!
But first it was the rats. So when you see some rats running anywhere, dude, just run.
Not only did they come, the rats ran to this warehouse or whatever. Then they started pulsating, blowing up. I was like, oh, and it was so graphic. I don't know if the Duffer Brothers were like, hey, the kids are older now, so maybe we could do with a more adult themes and be dark overall. But this season was kind of nasty.
I think I immediately texted Vanessa like, yo, this is nasty. She's like, it gets nastier. And she wasn't lying.
She wasn't lying.
So,
it's nasty.
But think about, okay, so there's so many layers to this season. So, and I feel like this is what they do all the time with Stranger Things. You have the Mind Flayer and his doings of capturing people and making them his, they're the flayed. And so you have 11, Will, Mike, Lucas, Max, and
Dustin.
Well, Dustin wasn't even part of that group at this point.
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying.
So they're focused on the Mind Flayer. Then you have Dustin, Steve, Robin, and now Erica. Yeah, Erica and Robin focus on the Russians.
I don't like precocious kids.
So yeah.
I don't really like kids that feel like they know everything and they're like smarter and they're adults. And I go back and forth on Erica. When I first started, I was like, I just want somebody to punch her in the mouth. I really did.
In
I
the
wanted
first
Lucas.
Season, or the first and second seasons? Or in the beginning of this season?
In the beginning of this season. I'm like, just Lucas, just hit her in the face. Because I'm like, you know what? It's okay because that's your sister. That's okay. Because I've hit my sister before. She's hit me before. I'll say it. It is what it is. D, I love you. If you watch this, probably not. But still. Anyway, I say that to say.
You just wanted Lucas to hit her.
Something, right? Because she was just a little bit annoying. But I grew to like her.
Because you can't spell America without Erica.
And Dustin was like, you're right. Nobody really, you don't think about it like that, but yeah, I guess you're right. In a way that works.
She was crucial, though.
She was.
Because you have... Okay, and so you have the Russians, and you have another group of Russians that are fighting Hopper and Joyce and their journalist friend who's paranoid.
So we talked about it in the beginning of the non-spoilers of the character dynamics and the character groups. This season, I think, better than the other seasons, and I guess you've had time to grow with these characters. I feel like the actors have found who these characters are, and the conversation that the writers have given them are really nice. Like, Joyce and Hopper are funny together.
Yeah.
Joyce,
try!
Yes!
She's like, I'm trying!
They were great. I really enjoyed them. Steve and Dustin are great together.
Yeah, which is weird.
I was like, why are you hanging out with this high schooler?
But it's like Dustin's looking up to him because Steve is who he wants to be like Steve.
Yeah.
And Steve is like, we've gone through this weird, I don't even know what kind of situation together.
Yeah.
And so, the little homie.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got little homies.
So yeah, I like all the character dynamics. I like the dynamic of, I gotta look them up now.
Who?
The Russian and the other guy, Brett Gallman, Murray Ballman. And the conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And his Russian friend.
Yeah.
They were having a good time.
They were.
Too bad he got shot in the chest. I was like, ooh. But they had a nice human villain in the Arnold Schwarzenegger looking guy.
Yeah, so it's like the Terminator.
He had kind of had that vibe.
And the mayor said it too, like when Hopper was in his Hopper was in his office punching the mess out of him and trying to get some information about who this guy was, he joked and was like, "It's Arnold Schwarzenegger."
It's like he wasn't kind of yeah.
Could have been.
And like in the way, like Tom, there's so many layers, right?
Yeah.
Like clearly he wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger, but it kind of felt like he could have been.
He could have been.
And the Duffer Brothers may have been playing on that because of their 80s references, you know, that kind of stuff. So it's cool to see that of just older action stars, you know, kind of getting their heyday or whatever. Yeah. So we have that.
So and what was I about to say?
Oh, we jumped off of Billy.
Billy, yeah. So
what did you feel about when the episode of 11 kind of went into Billy's mind and saw his childhood growing up?
Yeah, I mean, that was supposed to give
us
some...
Did that work for you?
I understood it when it came back around, although I didn't understand, like, do they still have a human element in them when they are being used by this mind flayer?
So.
And so him kind of, 11... reminding him that, you know, your mom loved you, you loved your mom, you know, this weird
7-foot surf or whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever the scene was. And him kind of saying, okay, I am human and I'm going to stop this thing. I felt like that kind of was a little bit forced, but I get it. Mm-hmm. You needed something to give them a couple minutes of time.
To redeem him, kind of.
Yeah, to redeem Billy so he didn't go down as the ultimate
garbage.
Because... woo! And I was mad. We jumping around right now, but I was mad during the hospital scene because there was Nancy and Jonathan.
Yeah.
Because they were dumb, and I get it. They're kids, you know. But you've been through some of these situations already where you're running from things. Mm-hmm. Why are you on the 5th floor? Get on the steps to run down the steps and go to the 3rd floor. Why not go to the 1st floor and leave?
Well, because if they did that, then there wouldn't be an episode. Sometimes you need some dumb character logic. It was dumb.
So dumb.
But maybe,
and let's go into this room with no way out. But, after we just saw these things like slither out of these, you know, from people.
Did you feel the tension?
I felt the tension. I was pissed though.
So
I was
worked,
like, right? Nancy.
Because you were like, yeah, sometimes people are dumb for purposes of the movie.
You making journalists look bad, girl.
Reporter Nancy.
Nancy Drew.
For the Hawkins Press or whatever. Yeah. Nancy Drew.
Which they had a good story. I mean, and think about it. How many people call us on some craziness? And that's one thing.
I know, now looking back at that, like, oh no.
There could have been some.
We need to be investigating these stories. These people got real issues. We got stranger things happening we don't even know. Because we're like, this story foolish.
That maybe they're a little bit off, but they say some things that could be true. Believe them.
Just check it out.
Check it out.
It don't hurt to check it out.
Don't hurt to check it out.
Otherwise, they may die and become part of the mind flayer.
It could be happening right now.
Right.
And that's what's so crazy. It's like Hawkins, Indiana. Just basic Midwestern town, you know, little town of Hawkins.
I do like that this season they expanded the... So I talked about, they didn't really talk about the Upside Down a lot, but we did see more of Hawkins in terms of going to Starcade Mall.
Right.
I was like, man, I remember malls like that.
But think about it. We've had situations, not saying that any of this had happened, but where you have a mall pop up and the little guys, the mom and pop shops, they close because of the mall is the best thing that happened since sliced bread, you know? And so these were real scenarios that happened.
One thing I couldn't figure out, how was Joyce's store still open?
Nobody
was shopping in
nobody
that
was
store.
in there.
Like, who runs the whatever Joyce owns?
Well, she had like a going away, like everything must go sale. That's part of the reason why they were moving
up, right. Okay, so fair enough. So they kind of, all right, fair enough.
We are going all over the place, but I hope people are following.
I mean, we're just talking about fun stuff.
Yeah.
All right, we can do a little bit of structure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about... I said that now, I don't know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Because there's just so much. Oh, what did you think of the overall special effects and practical effects of the show?
I thought they looked good.
I thought they looked good, too. And I wanted to bring that up because, like we said, this season is a lot gorier and graphic, and it looks like nasty like it's supposed to. I really liked the last battle against the Mind Flayer with the fireworks.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It looked cool. And Max was like, man, Lucas, this is stupid. It's not going to work. I better listen to Lucas.
Lucas?
First of all, Lucas and that slingshot.
Yeah.
Always coming through. But also these fireworks. Listen to Lucas. He knows what he's talking about. I really like that.
Let's go back to episode 1 when we first, see Billy and the other lifeguard, Heather. And, the moms
was trying to get some of Billy.
Yeah, which I'm just like, okay.
That was hilarious.
And he was all for it, too. So that's the reason why he even got caught up.
He was about to get with Karen Wheeler.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Mike's mom.
Mike's mom.
Mike and Nancy's mom. So
Mike was about to have a new stepdad. For real.
Billy was about to be a stepdad.
Yes.
But I felt like that was, again, showing why we should not like Billy in this in the show.
Yeah.
But and then did he go into the Upside Down briefly? Because when I first saw that episode, I thought that he was trapped in the Upside Down, and some new Billy from the Upside Down. Because you saw there was his Upside Down Billy was here.
What I took from it was he was trapped like in his mind.
Mm.
So it was still the normal Billy, but at that point he had been taken over. And once he was taken over, like the Billy Prime, as it were, was kind of in his own mind palace of an Upside Down. And that's how he kind of saw Billy, whatever.
Okay.
And I felt like every once in a while he would kind of break out, that Billy would. Like when he was caught in the sauna and he was telling Max, I've done some bad things.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought like that was genuine Billy Prime saying, help me, I'm scared, I've done some good, done some terrible stuff. But eventually Mind Flayer Billy took over and was hulking out, looking like the dude from Split.
Right,
right.
Like,
oh gosh, no, that's no good. About to punch through the door.
So also in that, was it the first episode that we learned, or maybe that was the second episode that we learned that Heather was now part of the Mind Flayer, or at least hurt in some way? Because
I think the second episode, because I think the way the episode ended was Billy was the first one to get taken out. So probably the second episode. There were a couple of little fake out scenes where Karen Wheeler went into to follow Billy, and she got her head bashed into the thing.
Yeah,
For a second, I was like, oh, this show was going wild. Now that was just in his head. I was like, oh, they really got me.
Woo.
I was like, oh no, Billy lost it.
Let's find this episode list.
Yeah.
But I think it was the second. I think it was the second episode. That we discover. I don't know if this is.
I'll probably give it to you.
We were just on this then.
Yeah, but I didn't go on specific episodes.
All right.
So.
Yeah. All right. So Susie, do you copy? So yeah, chapter 1 was Susie, do you copy? So yeah, we talked about Billy and his shenanigans, but we see Dustin come back from summer camp, and at that summer camp,
this was what they showed in like the first trailer.
Yeah.
Dustin coming back or whatever. Yeah.
And after that summer camp, during summer camp, he met a girl named Susie.
Did he meet Susie? Was Susie real?
He said he met a girl named Susie. He built this Cerebro walkie-talkie.
Shout out to X-Men, loving it, calling it Cerebro. Clearly that's a reference. The ultimate computer, whatever. That's really cool. I like that.
To be able to talk to her because she's in Utah and can't talk on the phone.
She's a Mormon.
Mormon. Yep.
Yeah.
But Susie, she was not there.
She was not there. And I kind of wish we had gotten like the reason. Well, I guess we'll get to it once we get to that episode.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe she went home yet. I don't know. Maybe hers wasn't connected yet.
It definitely is probably more of just like plotting and pacing. They don't want to reveal her until the last episode, so that pays off. So at this point, we don't know Susie exists. Most people think Susie exists. You just said. I guess the thing is, how are they going to reveal her?
Because everybody had a summer fake boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right. So
somebody from Hawaii that you would never see again. Right?
Yours from Hawaii?
Nah, I never had no fake, but I knew.
You said Hawaii people. So quick.
I mean, I didn't have a fake boyfriend.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
I'm not judging.
If I did, I feel like it was more realistic.
You didn't put him in Hawaii?
I didn't put him in Hawaii.
Like, oh, he's in town over.
Right. But like, don't ever come out because he got some skin concerns. So don't want to be out in the sun. But
yep, I love it.
But it just brought you back to like childhood and the summer camp flings that you may or may not have had.
And when Dustin, I almost feel like we're the audience, right? We're coming back with Dustin to come back to these people because
we haven't seen them either.
Yeah, as far as we know, they're still the same kids they were, but they're not because Mike and 11 are just kissing all the time.
And Max, Hopper can't stand it.
He cannot. I like him as an angry dad.
Yeah.
Hopper's an unsung hero of this show.
He is.
Especially of this season.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Miss you, Hop. Also, who else did we see? Nancy and Jonathan.
Yeah.
They were in bed together because they come together from season 2.
They're what's going on
now they're interning at the newspaper.
Yeah.
And we may have or not have gotten a little bit of love for
Nancy?
Not Nancy. Who was Joyce going with? The dude, Bob.
Bob, yeah. Bob. And you saw on the refrigerator, Bob's
Bob's superhero.
Superhero.
Yeah, it was nice.
Also, R.I.P. to Bob. He took one for the team last season.
Ooh, they gutted him.
They got him.
They got him good. Because at first you're like, when he first get knocked down, like, oh, he can make. Oh no.
No, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. He done.
And so yes, episode 2, Nancy and Jonathan.
Episode 2, the Mallrats.
Yeah. They say, hey, we're gonna follow this lead that we got in terms of Miss
Driscoll.
Driscoll, yeah, Miss Driscoll called the newspaper and said that she saw, rats were eating her fertilizer, and she caught one of the rats. And I feel like we get some calls like this. Maybe not to this extreme, but
sometimes you just gotta look at it like, man, have we not had a call that we should have taken?
Well, we probably should have looked at some things.
Probably should have. Yeah.
But Discover, no one believes them still, but they know there's something weird that's happening, but nobody really knows what's happening. The only thing that has really been weird that has happened at this point is Billy getting got, and then we discover Billy,
and Billy is going through some changes.
He is. He came to the. Was it the second episode that he came to the Yeah, so second episode he came back to the pool for his
Yeah, because that's when he popped Miss Wheeler in the head.
Woo! In his mind.
Yeah.
But he looked hot. He looked like he was on drugs.
Yeah,
he had like a
big rash everywhere.
Just not okay. Disheveled.
Yeah, and I think that's probably the same episode where, it probably ends or close to, he gets Heather.
Yeah.
He does get Heather.
Yeah, he gets Heather in this one.
I was like, oh, poor Heather. You should have just left him alone. Can't trust Billy.
You're supposed to check on your friends, but at some point, it ain't for me. You had to go to the men's locker. Somebody else could have went to that.
Like, Lauren, if I start seeing you sweating a lot, I'm going to be over here and I'm going to call you and be like, Lauren, man, what's going on? Let me know. What's happening?
Like, I'm good.
You good? Okay. That's what I'm calling other people too. Like, yo, I need to check on Miss Thomas because she wilding, y'all. Something happening. Yeah. Another thing that we saw are that Dustin, I'm going back a little bit, but just in the lead up to them building that tower in the first episode, Dustin almost feels betrayed because everybody's going on, which is a great, recreation of life, right? All these kids are doing their own thing.
You got Max and Lucas that are together. You got Mike and 11 that are together.
Yeah.
Will still wants to play, but at this point, his buddies, like his tighter of the crew, doesn't want to.
And something I didn't pick up on until later episodes, but and Will, the guy who plays Will, does a good job of, he's thinking about, oh yeah, let's just go back to D&D. But for him, D&D was like his security blanket, right? Because he's been through a lot of stuff. A lot. They kind of touch on, but I don't know if they give him enough time to touch on it. But that just
he got PTSD,
right? He was taken over.
Yeah.
So he always feels the thing on the back of his neck whenever something is around.
That's one thing I was getting tired of with Will too, talking about. It's here. It's here. I can feel him. Like literally, Will. We get it, dog. The hairs on the back of your neck gonna stand up. We know. We don't even need you to say it. I need somebody to put. No, I guess they can't do that. A compilation of all.
Supercut. Oh, somebody on YouTube. They don't care about laws. They will do a supercut. It'll probably get taken down, but it'll be up there. A supercut of where.
I just need it for 5 minutes so I can just watch
it. Oh yeah, for sure. I definitely believe that'll happen.
Supercut of Will.
Yeah, but
in the back of his neck.
But he was going through some real stuff.
He was.
And they explored that in later episodes in terms of D&D was more than just a game for him. It was a place for him to feel accepted and loved with his friends and everybody. And they kind of touched Will might be asexual, right?
I don't know.
Or he may not like girls. He could like boys.
Or maybe he's just not ready yet.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what his maturity level is?
Yeah.
Because, everybody else is all trying to do whatever. And he may feel embarrassed or possibly because, he feels like maybe he should do what the other boys are doing in terms of liking girls. Might not be for him. Yeah. So there was just a lot of stuff going on, which I thought was interesting for Will's character.
And shout out to Joyce for immediately picking up that something was wrong. Was it like the first episode when the magnets fell? And she immediately was like, something's wrong. My magnets fell off the refrigerator. Right. And then the magnets at the shop fell off as well. So what's going on? And it's like she immediately went to the teacher and was like, hey, what could do this? Whoa, you know, miss. But it's just like she been through some stuff as well. So anything.
I always hate it in shows where the one character, it's not that they know everything, it's like they've been through stuff. And so nobody wants to believe them when they say stuff. It's like, you've already been through this. You know that something is wrong. Right. Ha! Listen to Joyce.
Please.
Okay? I'm like, nah, everything's fine. Nah, bro, it's not. You've already had 2 seasons to know.
Well, Hopper had some other things on his mind. He wanted to go on this date. He didn't feel like...
True, he did. But I'm just like, man, listen to Joyce. Looking like a fake Miami Vice. So or like a fake Magnum P. I love it. Fake. I love it.
So we learned that Heather is also, part of the Flayed now.
Yeah, so now chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
Case of the Missing Lifeguard.
Yeah. So... What Will declares a day without girls? Oh, because they were trying to get Max and Elle back because
as
they broke up, right? Did they break up in episode 3 or was
probably
it episode 2?
Maybe 2 or something because Joyce told Hopper, "Hey, have a nice sit down, a grown up relationship with these kids and talk to them." Hopper said, "Nah, I got something better."
So he threatens Mike.
But before he does that, he says, "It's your grandma. She's sick.
Right?
She's real sick." I was like, "Dang, Hopper."
So he's making up lies now.
On his grandma. Oh yeah, she bad, man. Get in this car real quick. He said she got cancer. She dying. Now I made it up. But listen, that was great.
Don't be out here. Don't talk to her anymore.
Don't talk to her. Just give her a little bit of space. And Hopper thought he did a good job. Not so much.
No, at all.
Because that led to as 11 saying, "I dump your ass."
How is 11? Okay, how has she not developed her vocabulary better yet? I don't understand.
It's still weird, right? Because that's always the issue you have with characters and certain stuff. Like, how much do they know and how much do they not know?
Because she knows a lot.
She knows a lot, but still, she's kind of like slowly growing along. I don't know. We know she likes to kiss Mike's face.
Yeah,
she likes that. Did. That's all they did.
During this whole time, they're also going through their relationship issues.
Yeah.
And I guess Max and Lucas are broken up at this point, too, because they keep on again, off again.
But apparently, they're used to being on and off again. They're like,
And Lucas is now giving advice to Mike, like, this is what you need to do.
This is what you need to do, man. You need to win her back.
Yeah, get a gift. And...
Yeah.
What?
I was going to talk about racial stuff. Because I think it's cool that Max and Lucas are together.
Yeah.
The show kind of touches on it briefly in season 2 with Billy. That's another reason why I like Billy.
Yeah, because
Billy was like, don't mess with him because he was black. He didn't come out and say it, but we know that's what he meant when he said it. So it's like, Billy, that's not cool. Yeah. But it's fine. So they, maybe that's to the show's credit. They're like, we're not even worried about that. They're just together. That's cool. So it's fine. I'm trying to think of what else.
Oh, no.
Oh, so this is where... We talk about Max and 11 hanging out, right? We get a makeover session. Where these kids got money from?
I don't know. And that's why I was wondering how they was going to pay for these
11
clothes.
Got so many new outfits that I'm pretty sure Hop didn't know about.
No, because he don't see her for the whole week.
Right. Where'd she get this money for these clothes? I don't know.
11 was just out here just...
They might have been
First
stealing.
she was wearing basically Hopper's shirts, and some pants.
Yes.
They were probably too big, too.
Yeah.
And now we got little 80s outfits, hair in a ponytail and all that stuff.
She had several.
Several outfits.
I don't know how they paid for
Dress, shirt,
it's
pants.
Fine. It's whatever.
They just walked out
they just walked out. It's cool, but that also gives us the opportunity to see Max to sort of spy on other people. Or not Max, 11. And Max kind of witnessed that for the first time. And that's where we see 11 spies on Billy. And she sees that Billy's doing something to some girl.
Yeah.
And then she takes a closer look at Heather. I don't think she know.
At that point, she didn't know it was Heather, but
she later, know it was somebody.
Later, when they figure out that the lifeguard's missing, they have a picture of her, and 11 does her looking into and discovers that she's in trouble. And so that's when they go to the house, and everything looks odd, but appears to be okay.
Like a Stepford Wives situation.
Yeah, it's
all good.
Yeah.
We're having a good time. But shout out again to Dacre Montgomery of being professional / creepy
at the same
time. It was so good. He's wholesome, but he's also creepy. It was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
Later we find out they attack the parents and take them to
Heather.
And I'm just
knocked her dad out with that bottle.
The amount of people getting hit in the heads. I think I looked over. I was like, this is not okay. Like
a lot of concussions.
When you think about head trauma,
yes.
that is not okay.
Also,
if you've ever been hit in the head, that's just
also a lot of violence towards kids.
Yeah,
because these kids get flung around a lot.
Exactly. What is going on?
This show said,
and we're supposed to be like okay with this. Like I think that's why I walked away from Stranger Things. Like, man, this was.
It got rough.
This hit kind of.
Yeah. These kids are growing up for real. You're getting real bumps and bruises. All right, so
they finally capture Billy in chapter 4 with the sauna test.
And they kind of they rely on Will.
Yeah.
Because this might be the same episode. I'm sure we're going to conflate stuff together, but this might be the same episode, kind of where Will wants to do Dungeons and Dragons. Or actually might be before. I don't know. He has a Dungeons and Dragons quest with Lucas and Mike.
Oh, they don't care at all. They're like, oh yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, they don't care.
They're not in it at all.
Because they're still worried about their girls.
Yeah.
And then Will and Mike have that conversation. And Mike is like, did you think it was always going to be the same? Look, we're growing up, man. And Will... like we talked about, he has his PTSD. He's been through stuff.
I think Will is stuck where he is, though, because of all the stuff that he's been through. And he's holding on to some of the good things that he's had in the past.
For sure.
And so, he's like, yeah. Does he destroy the... maybe he destroys it in the next episode.
The fort?
The fort, yeah.
See, I can't remember. I almost feel like, just based on how these episode titles are going, I feel like it might have been in this episode because... Eventually, he kind of doesn't care anymore because
he runs away.
Eventually, he's like, I can't even worry about this Dungeons & Dragons stuff because the thing is after him.
He's here.
Right. So I almost feel like he destroys it, and then he's like,
please make that supercut, y'all. I really need it in my
life. Also, shout out to environmental storytelling in terms of a storm slowly building up over the episode. So eventually, when all hell's coming down, everything's raining, and everything's coming out.
Yeah.
Which I think was chapter 4. Might not have been. But yeah, so 11 and Max and all the gang, all the kids get back together again, minus Dustin. Oh, have we talked about the Russian thing yet?
No, I'm about to say, meanwhile, Russians.
Yeah, somehow or another, Dustin, it must have been first episode, because he never heard from Susie, but he hears the Russian code.
Yeah, so he tells the Russian code to Steve and Steve's employee friend.
What's her name?
Robin.
Robin, yeah.
They're both working at the ice cream shop in the mall. I forgot the name of it.
Scoops Ahoy.
Scoops Ahoy, yeah. Steve can't catch a break, dog.
Steve, man, he used to be the coolest dude ever.
Now he's not.
No girls want to talk to him at all. They don't care.
They're going to college. Steve's at Scoops Ahoy.
Scoops Ahoy. Shout out to Robin, actress Maya Hawke. Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. She did a good job.
Yeah, she was really good.
I'd never seen her anything before. I'm sure she's done other stuff, but she did a good job in this show.
Yeah.
She fit right in with everybody else. She's giving them a hard time.
Yeah.
But eventually, they realize she has a gift of languages.
Yeah.
Because she's a band nerd and she knows a couple languages. So she helps him decipher this code.
Which is also in code.
Yeah, it was really cool.
And so they figure it out and then need to get through a vent to see what's going on in the storage container where all these panda boxes are.
Yeah.
They're like, it's not Chinese food.
So we talked about, how there's different genres within the show. And I feel like they did a good job of meshing those things together. It doesn't feel, I don't feel like a whiplash of going from back and forth. Like with the core cast of kids, they're kind of trying to figure out this mystery that's a little bit scarier. At the same time, you got Dustin and Steve and all those doing kind of like a funnier mystery. Yeah. Having a good time. And I feel like the show jumps back and forth very well.
Yeah, does. It does.
So I say all that to say they eventually capture Billy in the sauna. They lock him up.
Because they were trying to test him to see if he had been flayed.
Like Will was with the temperature.
Yeah. Because they like it cold.
Yeah. I thought it would have been interesting if somehow this was a different version of the mind flare where the heat didn't bother him. And maybe...
Like he,
like adapted to it
Adapted to it.
Yeah, so it would have been cool, like, yeah, why are you guys heating me, getting me hot? Nothing's happening.
What's that gonna do?
Yeah. And so they're like, oh, maybe he's still normal or something. That would have been an interesting twist. They didn't do that. That's fine. What they did was cool because Billy hulks out like the dude from the Split.
He did.
It was wild.
Beast mode.
Beast mode knocks the door off, and then 11 comes in swinging free weights and barbells and dumbbells and everything. It was crazy. It was cool.
Yeah, they got him.
But
Billy got her too.
Billy got her
in the
grabbed that throat.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, are they about to kill 11? Because it seemed like nobody was going to help her for a while.
Well, that's the thing. You have these kids that really don't have any skills physically.
No.
They're geniuses, little geniuses. They've been through whatever they went through. They have some, thoughts of helping, but none of them really have the physical abilities and the magical abilities or whatever, supernatural abilities to help 11 for real. So it really just is a swing on the back of the head to knock somebody off real quick.
Yeah. I like that because it shows that even though 11 is like the strongest one, it is a group effort all the time to help. You don't like that?
It really isn't though. I mean, it is because there's more of them than 11.
Yeah.
But if they didn't have 11...
Oh, she's definitely...
They wouldn't be able to do...
90%. But she gets a little 10% help.
Yeah,
which
she
is
does.
cool. But I mean, she's definitely the big wig, the power hitter for sure.
Yeah. So, anyways, they find out...
that he's the bad guy.
Billy
runs away.
Yeah. Chapter
5, the
Chapter
Flame.
5.
So strange surprise look inside an old farmhouse. All right, so what happens in this episode?
So this is when when Hopper and Joyce discover that
they get a bulk of the episode.
Yeah, so they discovered there's like some weird something going on underneath this farmhouse because they were going through all the different properties that were owned by Starcourt.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to basically take over an area so that no one would know what's going on. So they bought up all these properties. And so one of the
courtesy of the mayor.
Yeah, the mayor man.
Played
the mayor
by
ain't.
I don't know how you pronounce his last name. Carrie Elwes or Carrie Elves. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I've always liked him ever since Robin Hood Men in Tights. But he's great in this. He's like a smarmy mayor, really sleazeball type of dude.
Thinks that he knows what he's doing, but really is way in over his head.
Right.
And that's what's great about it.
Yeah.
And so they go to this house. Discover that there's a whole layer underneath this house.
I think it was the Hess Farm is where they went.
Yeah, Hess Farm.
Yeah.
Where you flip up the bed and there's some steps that lead downstairs, and they find these Russian dudes. So they
working.
They take one of them after a fight with the Terminator.
Yeah. Because before, must have been the episode before, we had the first fight between Hopper and the Terminator.
Got his butt whooped.
Yeah, I was like, oh man. And that makes sense.
Yeah, he didn't know what he was walking into.
Right, and I think Hopper was in a war, right?
I don't know.
Y'all let us know. I feel like there was a mention that Hopper might have been in a war.
Oh, okay.
And then came back and became the police chief. I don't know. Shout out to the black guy on his team. And I'm only gonna say he's black because I don't know his name.
Cop.
Yes.
With the mustache beard.
Yeah, he's also the guy that plays Turk Barrett in all the Marvel shows. You remember him?
I don't remember him, but I remember the cop.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to him. I'm glad he's working since those Marvel shows don't exist anymore. But so they discovered this other Russian layer, but it also connects to the mall at some point, I guess, because here we have Dustin, Steve, Robin, and Erica, who is Lucas's little sister, who go down this deep So have you liked Erica the entire time?
I like Erica. Well, okay. I like her. The whole time, no, because she was annoying. But then when she popped up and she was giving us, if you really want me to do this, I'm gonna need some ice cream for life.
Yeah.
And whatever. So I loved her little demands. That was great. And then when she had that moment with with Dustin when they were trying to get back, where
with the fan.
Turns
out Erica's a nerd.
She's a nerd.
She didn't know she was a nerd.
She is.
You a nerd, Erica? It's
she
okay.
calculated how long it was taking them to get back at the speed that they were moving, and then, Dustin, My Little Pony.
Yes, Dustin does this great little monologue about. I guess it would be soliloquy. I don't know. I don't know theater terms.
Monologue.
Is it? Because I felt like a monologue is by yourself, but soliloquy is in front of somebody.
But monologue is by yourself, but you're.
But I thought it was like
not
just
necessarily like by yourself. You don't have to be.
All right. I'm not a theater person.
Maybe that's. Maybe you're right.
I don't know. Y'all let us know, theater people.
But anyway.
But anyway, so yeah, he does this nice little thing about telling you, hey.
You're a nerd.
You're a nerd, and to tell you why, because I also like My Little Pony, which was cool.
I'm a nerd too.
Right.
But yeah, that was cool. They are in this. How do you get into a Russian facility? Sneak through again. Y'all doing some dumb stuff. They're moving from behind carts, but it's 4 of them talking about go quick, and they all moving slow. Right.
Here's the thing that
how
we
does
talked
no one
about.
see them?
Right. My overall theme of this is I almost get like a Red Dawn type of feel in terms of like the Russians taking over, whatever. Yeah. And I get it, it's the 80s, it's the Ruskies, that's cool. But I don't feel like anybody really explained why everybody wants the Upside Down.
Yeah, so we don't understand.
Why do the Russians want it? Do they feel like they're going to get a power source?
They're trying, but then at the end, in the how they even got this. The creature from the last season.
The Demodog or whatever?
The Demodog.
Oh, no, it wasn't a Demodog. That was I don't know, whatever it was. But yeah.
Because he walked.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then exploded his face open.
But nerdy Erica noticed that cage. She talked about it. And like, they got a cage.
Yeah.
That was a tease. Yeah, that was a tease for later on.
The cattle prod.
Yes.
So there were so many unanswered questions that I guess they can answer in the next season.
Yeah.
But again, why do they need to open this thing?
I don't know.
It doesn't make any sense. And there, here we have Alexei, who is the Russian guy who they kidnapped and was able to get, their friend to translate.
What does Hopper call him?
Smirnoff.
Oh man, that was so offensive and so funny at the same time.
Alexei. But yeah, he explains to them because he is afraid to go back to. The Russian crew, if he'd probably get killed because it's obvious that he's going to spill the beans.
Right. At this point, this is also where we're getting more Hopper and Joyce dynamic, which is great. And it's funny because they go to Murray's house, the conspiracy theorist, and it's the same thing of last season with Jonathan and Nancy, where he's like, you guys got a lot of sexual tension, you just need to get it out of the air. And they do, and they're the better for it. He says the same thing to these two. And it's just funny for him to be that almost like matchmaker between these two different couples. Yeah. It's kind of funny.
And that's leading into episode 6. So when they do get a chance to have Alexei and explain everything that happened. Mm-hmm. Again, how do you have some kids break into a Russian secret?
At some point, you have to suspend your
I know.
It's fine. It's cool. Is it crazy? Yes, but I feel like they do a good enough job of TV logic to get you from point A to point B, and they set it up so well that you're along for the ride. Yeah, which is cool because it definitely could have been like, this is wild. These kids are like 12 and 13. Yeah,
it was so wild that it made sense for the show.
Yeah, you're like, yep. They're fighting Russians. Okay, sure. Cool. Yep, let's go.
We're okay with this stuff.
I'm down for it.
Who else would it be?
Yep. Only these kids can save the world every time. So.
And then, so moving from episode 6, is that the hospital one? Or the hospital, yeah, because I watched this episode twice because I was waiting on somebody to finish this episode so that we could continue watching the show.
Oh, really?
Talking about, I was like, hey, I watched this episode twice, dang!
That was the hospital. That's probably the hospital scene right there.
Yeah. And so, again, the hospital scene really made me mad.
That's where our
Tom
and some of the a-holes that were mean to Nancy. Oh, man. Seeing this now and realizing it's back in 1980s. I was like, man, it's 2019. Y'all can't talk to people this way.
Can't.
This is
horrible. Nancy Drew and get the coffee and all that stuff. I really wanted them to be alive so that she can come back with that top story and be like, bruh.
You really wanted to show it in her face, but like, I told you I was right the entire time.
Right.
But they died.
Yeah, and they turned into goops, so I guess they still get that ultimate revenge there.
Yeah. But I would say that to say I like Jake Busey. He's a fun actor to me. I liked him in his role of the Nancy Drew thing, and then seeing him turn into whatever was cool. I thought it was cool that the Mind Flayer is definitely a hive mind, right? So when one of them got stabbed, the other one felt the pain. I like that. I thought that was cool.
And I also like because we were originally seeing the Mind Flayer in the Upside Down, and whatever elements could be pulled to become him in the Upside Down. And so now that he's in the real world, he has to kind of use whatever he can to build his body, and he uses people, rats, whatever, animals maybe, I don't know. But when part of him was from the hospital sliding down into the sewer line, you saw a piece of the spine. You saw like a femur or something. I don't know, maybe one of these that couldn't make it into the grate.
One of these?
Yeah, I don't know. It couldn't make it into the grate there because it was too big.
Yeah.
But I mean, you saw that he was made out of. It wasn't just people turning into goop. It was actual body parts that were also turning into goop too.
Oh yeah.
So
what I can never figure out is why did they need to eat the chemicals? Did they explain that?
No, they never explained that.
Maybe I missed it.
I don't know.
But I was like, I didn't understand what the chemicals were doing to make I don't know. That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll definitely watch the season again for sure.
Yeah.
As of now, I can't remember what the chemicals really did.
The Bite.
Yeah.
Chapter 7.
So it must have been maybe then in episode 6, eventually they get back to the house, Eleven's house, the cabin or whatever, because...
Yeah, she finds out where all the flayed are.
Right.
Or finds out where Billy is and where everybody's being held.
And at the same time, the Mind Flayer now has a connection to her and holds on to her. That was
that's when we go through Billy's memories.
And shout out to the visuals there of taking us to his world.
Source.
Yeah. So I could kind of go either way about feeling for this. Like, again, I liked what the actor did as Billy, but just the overall character, enough wasn't done for me for him to be redeemed in my eyes about being sympathetic.
No.
Again, part of that is because of him not liking Lucas.
And he abused Max, right?
Huh?
He abused Max.
He did. And I don't really felt like they showed in his backstory where racism became part of him. I never saw that part. I saw the abusive father.
Yeah, I'm about to say, you had the abusive father, and you saw him saying the same things that his father said to him, to the boy that he was bullying. So we get it.
Yeah.
You know, bullies are created out of terrible homes sometimes.
Yeah.
But so they tried.
They tried.
Again, I don't care we don't like Billy.
Yeah.
But the chapter 7 where they were coming back from...
Oh, sorry. Before you go there, the reason why I was saying about chapter 6, because that leads into the bite, but there's a really cool scene where they're all in the cabin, and the Mind Flayer has found them, and the Mind Flayer starts attacking the cabin, and you see like little tendrils come out from different parts of the cabin. I thought it was really cool.
The bite.
But I think she got bit at the end of 6. No?
She got bit in 7.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, these are really long episodes.
They're long episodes. I mean, they were hour long. The last one was an hour and 20 minutes. Or
okay, all right. I apologize.
So so in episode 7,
So all that happened?
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Cool. All right. Go ahead.
Because I think in episode 8 is when they also got they were in the store and got all the materials they needed to help her try to mend her leg, and the fireworks and everything to get ready to strap up to beat this Mind Flayer.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, so 7 in the bite. I think, do these go a little bit deep? Are we just
reading just a little
preview and that's it? Because
I feel like that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 7 and 8 kind of blurred together, honestly. I watched them all this morning. And they just morph together.
Right.
But I will say, seeing everybody come together and not have to communicate, they didn't communicate at all. The first time we see Dustin and the crew communicate is, I think, chapter 7.
Yeah. Because they
and he's like, yo.
Because
Russians and Russians, the mall
and they couldn't really understand what was happening. They couldn't understand everything.
And then with Steve and Robin being drugged.
That was a fun little.
And so I think Robin said in episode 7. Then Robin, because Steve was like, they're coming out of the movies. They're still drugged. They're running from these Russian guys, and they're in the bathroom. Steve and Robin are, and they threw up because they, whatever. And Steve, they're trying to figure out if they're still under the influence of this drug, and which is a truth serum.
Yeah.
And so Steve kind of shares his truth that he likes this new girl, and basically describes Robin, and Robin's like, dude, if you knew who I was, you wouldn't like me. And I'm like, dang, what's wrong with Robin?
Yeah, it didn't even dawn on me that, oh, you know what, she might not like men.
Yeah, it didn't even dawn on me until she explained.
Because when she said,
the reason I didn't like you, or that I was obsessed with you, is because Tammy, so-and-so.
Yeah, this girl was really like you,
was
and
really
I want her to like me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, interesting.
He was like, Tammy's a girl. She's like,
yeah.
I know.
It didn't even dawn on me, like, but you can't like girls. That doesn't make any sense.
But then once he realized it, he was like, man, Tammy ain't even all that.
Yeah, it was cool. And that was really cool for this show. How do I want to say this? It was cool. They didn't really dwell on it. They didn't make a big thing about it. Like, she doesn't like dudes.
Robin had
ladies.
to explain. She's like, dude, like.
Yeah. And he was like, cool.
Oh, okay.
All right. You still my homie. You don't like me like that? That's cool. We can still be friends. They kept it moving. It was really cool. Yeah. They didn't make a big deal out of it. It was what it was.
Chapter 8.
And I want to go, not necessarily back. I kind of want to applaud them for that, in the way they handled that situation. And I don't know if I'm reading too much into Will liking girls or not liking girls. Because if they did, then I think that's a pretty cool thing that they talked about. But I could be reading into it.
Will's just stuck.
Yeah.
Will's just stuck in the time that he wants to be, where he felt safe.
Yeah.
And he's like, no new friends.
Yeah. I don't need nobody else.
Drake.
I got my 4 party.
No new friends, bro.
So yeah, that gets us to, what did we when does 11 throw the car? Is that in?
That's in chapter 8, I think.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because everybody's together. She throws a car, and everybody's kind of used to it, except for Robin. Like, what just happened?
Robin and Erica.
Yeah, and like, Steve was like, oh, she has superpowers.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Catch up.
Yeah, I did like that Dustin was explaining everything to Erica, and Erica was cool with everything except that Lucas helped. She's like,
my brother
helped? My brother helped?
Lucas Chastain? Girl.
Yes.
Erica was great. I appreciated her little moments of, especially at the end when Dustin needed to get the numbers for what is it, Pavlov? I'm about to say Pavlov.
Planck's constant.
Planck's constant.
Yeah.
Woo! This is some real nerdy mess right here.
Yeah, it was
I was
cool.
like, what in the world?
I was like, yo, we doing Planck's constant?
And so I hope people knew it and were able to, like, screaming at the TV. I hope that was not the case for me.
I'm sure people were.
Because I was like, what's the number? Like, what is this equation?
Yeah.
But Dustin had to call Susie to the rescue.
So we get this tease in episode 1.
Right.
And I think for the most part, the audience is like, she probably exists. We just don't know how they're going to bring her in. And they bring her in the best way possible. Yeah.
Nobody knows it. What's
Dustin,
the professor thinks he knows, or not the professor, journalist friend.
Mari Ballman.
Yeah, he thinks he knows it, but it's not.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work.
Was it Susie Poo? And
and
Dusty Buns?
Dusty Buns? Or Dusty Buns? Or something like that?
Dustin Buns, maybe.
Dustin Buns?
Something like that. It was great. And she said, I'm not giving you this number till you sing the never-ending story.
Explains that this is like a race against the clock and we're trying to save the world right now. And she's like, that's cool and all, I'll give you the number, but
you gotta do my thing that I like. Like, no, I can't do it. And I'm so dumb. I thought she just wanted something as simple as I love you or something. Nah, you got to sing the full intro to Never Ending Story. And it was great. Hey, singer, how'd they sound? I thought it sounded pretty good.
It sounded great.
Those two together,
it was great.
They got a good harmony thing going on. I was like, yes.
Never-ending story intro. And that just brought me right back to the never-ending story.
Yes! And I was like, man,
with the dog in the ear. It's like, what is this movie?
This show is so 80s, and I love every minute of it. Because I was just thinking of Never-Ending Story. I was thinking of all that stuff. Thinking of Falcor. Yeah, all that stuff. Or not, Atreyu. Yeah, it was good. I really liked that the Mind Flayer was chasing them while they sang the song, and the audio was perfect. I kind of want to go home and watch that now again, just that part.
Because he was just...
Yeah! You got this scary... You got this thing chasing you with this little... Yeah, it was...
And everybody can hear him in walkie-talkie, and they're just like...
What is this?
There's a shot of Stephen Robin in the back seat, just like, what in the world?
What is this? And, but then, like you said, Erica's like, okay, he sang it. Give him
so Erica did the best. Great, thanks, bye.
Yes.
No bye, just a click.
Thanks, click.
Woo!
Erica kept him on point.
Yeah, she did. We don't have time for this. Yeah. I'm sorry. Eventually, the military came.
Yeah.
Too late, though, because at this point, we believe that Hopper has been disintegrated.
Oh, because he got in another fight with the Russians.
Yeah.
We talked when they were at the carnival. July 4th carnival.
Oh, yeah. He got beat up there, too.
He did, but he also shot the Russian.
He did, but the Russian
had the body armor.
Headshots, Hopper, headshots.
Come on, bruh.
You of all people should know.
Yeah.
I know you got the police code. You want to hit like the biggest mass or whatever. Yeah. Headshots. At this point.
He should have done in the chest. Yeah, it was
You can explain it later. Look, this dude was trying to kill me. Right. He had on a vest, so I just...
Yeah, but eventually Hopper finally gets that final fight, throws him into the thing, he disintegrates. That was a cool effect of people being disintegrated too, from like the first episode to whatever.
But did he?
Did he? We never saw a body of Hopper.
We never saw a body, which would be because he disintegrated. There probably wouldn't be one. But I thought there was like an outline of like a...
And you saw other people get disintegrated.
Yeah.
You never saw that happen to Hopper.
But when I was talking to Kobe this morning after I watched this, she was like, a theory is that Hopper really escaped once he looked at Joyce and gave her the head nod. I'm like, not in that much time.
Not that much time. I feel like he might be caught in the upside down or something.
Who knows? Maybe that's where they go.
Yeah, maybe.
Huh.
Maybe. I don't know.
But
because what I want to know is...
Would they if the gates closed? Or was the gate not closed at that? The gate wasn't closed at that point, so he probably could be.
He could have done something or something happened so they could explain it
away. Yeah. Escape to the upside down. Maybe that's what she said.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't like the ending because...
Hopper died.
One, Hopper died, and then two, the post-credit scene alluded to an American being there.
So I've seen two theories. I've seen one, it could be Hopper. Mm-hmm. Also seen that it could be Matthew Modine's character.
The mayor?
No, the evil scientist from season 2.
Oh.
The one who was Eleven's dad.
Oh.
I've seen that as something too.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I was like,
But I'm also like, they just need people to eat, to feed the Demodog. So I'm thinking like the mayor, Hawkins, because he's.
11 doesn't have any powers.
And that too. Like, 11 doesn't have powers. Hopper's dead. There could be, maybe Hopper's alive. Who knows? Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I just didn't like the ending as much as I thought I would.
Yeah.
It was satisfying how everything wrapped up, but 11 not having powers, what is that? I mean, she's
get
regular.
Her back. Okay, there's no way I don't think you could do a whole show or whole season without 11 having powers now. That would be weird.
That'd be even stranger.
Even stranger things. Because that I feel like that's part of the gimmick of her having powers doing stuff. I would like them to explain how she is not bled out yet. Because, she just keeps dropping blood all the time. I don't know how that's not working. So, I feel like we're jumping around this episode.
We are.
But it's cool. The
end.
They're splitting off, doing different things.
Yeah.
Everybody's going their own separate way.
Which is great.
And you kind of get a closure with Will, who we said was stuck as a kid. He accepts it, right? Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, people are leaving. It's cool. Or actually, he's the one leaving.
Yeah.
Because Joyce is moving or whatever.
But he basically was giving away his Dungeons and Dragons.
Because he said his only party is with his group.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Where is Max living? I guess with her dad? Who we didn't see. Man, these kids, you know what these kids remind me of? They remind me of Rugrats.
I was about to say Rugrats, because
those kids were so bad. They had no supervision.
Parents driving home, kids aren't in the car seats.
Yes.
It's animal things that said like stuffed animals. How do you get all the way home?
This is real life Rugrats.
Stu Pickles, how do you get all the way home and realize that Tommy is not in the car seat? He's back in the toy store, bro. How does that happen? And I say that because I just watched that episode the other night. Because I still watch Rugrats.
Rugrats was fun, but I hated it because I was the old person who's like, where the supervision? Oh. And I couldn't suspend my disbelief because of that.
They started their first episode in 1990. That's when I was born, so I grew up with Tommy, Chucky, Phil, and Lil.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Susie, and,
for sure.
Unfortunately, Angelica.
Angelica? Oh, yeah. But yeah, these kids are Rugrats, and it's cool. I love it.
It's like Rugrats with like science fiction and
Rugrats.
Superpowers.
Yeah. I'm trying to think anything else.
I think that might be it.
Hey, everybody.
Let us know what you think. This was a deep dive into.
Yeah, we talked a while. I had a good time. Just talking about this with somebody else.
Oh, man.
Because nobody else I know had seen it yet all the way through. So it was cool just to talk to you about it.
Vanessa saw it all the way through.
Vanessa's sick. That's what she was going to be on this review, but she's sick.
Yeah.
She's going to be mad when I put this up.
Yeah.
Actually, she'll be all right. She knew the deal. We said we was going to do this today. She wasn't here.
We gave y'all 4 days to watch it.
Right. She's sick. She can, if she want to add an addendum to this, a little appendix, whatever, she can do that later. So I think that's it for us.
Yeah. Respectable bow, Stranger Things.
Right. Again, we love the show. Enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe here. Find us, of course, on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, WOTX.com.
Yep.
And we're out.